October 3rd, 1971. Are you ready to learn the core principles of your religion through hard work and zeal?
Yes, but my schoolwork seems to have eaten up my entire free time.
Oh, this will not do. Starting tomorrow, you will not be enrolled in your public education in order to focus on your religious practices.
Stop right there, you violative scum. It is I, the Wisconsin government. This right here goes against our laws, and you must pay so we feel better.
But it interferes with my religious practice.
Shut up, son.
Stand down, Jebediah. We will take this to court.
Hi, I'm Jason Yoder. I'm Jason Yoder. I'm so sorry. Brilliant. I'm Jason Yoder. Amish objection to formal education beyond the 8th grade is firmly grounded in these central religious concepts. They object to high school and the education in the higher. I don't know what I'm doing there. Greetings. I'm Jason Yoder. Amish objection to formal education beyond the 8th grade is firmly grounded in these central religious concepts. They object to the high school and the higher education generally because these values they teach are marked in variant with Amish values in the Amish way of life. They view secondary school education as an impermissible exposure of their children to worldly influence in conflict with their beliefs. Forceful partaking of these processes go against our core values.
By petition of the state of Wisconsin and my luscious locks of hair, it is seen that we, the Supreme Court, must review this case regarding the constitutionality of this situation.
As you see, Justices, our religion requires allotted time for proper exercise of religion. We need to waive the requirement for a full public education.
But it is required by our laws. We need to make sure the public and the system educated are ready to join society. They must be enrolled again into our school system.
This is crazy. Judge, what do you think?
We must make sure to keep the values of the Constitution when deciding on matters important to people's rights and freedoms. Therefore, we must allow the people of the Amish religion to be able to practice their customs by allowing the secession of the education system after the 8th grade. So, Amish people, you win.
The court determined that through the First Amendment that our rights should be protected. We settled that after 8th grade education, we would be able to waive the need for public education and that we could have a free practice for our religion.
Hey. So, as it turns out, I didn't spend quite enough time on the project as I should have, so I'm going to spend the rest of the project kind of talking about interesting things about the case with Wisconsin v. Yoder, because I think there's a lot more that can be said about it, so here's that. So, fun fact number 1, and this might come to a surprise to you, or it might not, I don't know. But this was actually a unanimous decision from the Supreme Court for Wisconsin v. Yoder. Everyone actually thought that religious freedom that was given to you by the Constitution was more important than state governments, laws, and actually in the Constitution, I believe, to give you that right for that religious freedom to be able to have that free exercise and free practice, which is so telling of like our federal government in general, that the Supreme Court did its job. It was speaking for the Constitution because that's what they're there to do, and that's why they're inputted to speak for the Constitution and to interpret laws to see if they are constitutional. And even if that means overriding state law or overriding like some sort of like local ordinance of some kind, they need to make sure that all these different governments are all folded over for the Constitution. And that's pretty cool. So, interesting fact number 2, it actually took about 3 years for all the affected families from the Wisconsin government to return their fines. And they didn't even like pay with inflation. So it wasn't until 1976 whenever the last debt, and was actually to Jason Yoder, was paid. Which feels kind of silly in a way. Like, having your court order address telling that it's unconstitutional to fine these people, but they still didn't do it in a very fast way. I just feel like it's kind of interesting that even though they were ordered by the Supreme Court to do this, like, it still took forever. Even though it seems like an open and shut case with the topic of religious freedom, it still is very interesting to see how much power the Constitution really has over our government. For instance, the Wisconsin government had their own constitution and their own laws that were all put together. But still, because of federal authority and superiority, those principles actually came over the state government in order to, in a way, just like waive the need for those laws. So it's interesting that the federal government can create laws that contradict the state law as long as they are supported by the Constitution, which is pretty cool. And I probably have said that after every interesting fact, but you know what? It's fine. Okay, we're grooving.